So let's see what we can create today. I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm using up some paint that I've already mixed, little bits. So let's start and do a flood. I'll do it the fast way, because I'm going to be scooping the paint around anyway, so I don't need it to be all smooth and even. Can you see? Yeah. I'm just going to experiment with this. You know, when you're lying awake at night thinking, okay, what am I going to do tomorrow? And I went, I know what I'm going to try. Trying to decide whether I wanted to do an oil painting or flow painting. And I thought, you know what, how about if I use one of my oil painting tools with flow painting? It could be a total disaster, but I can guarantee one thing, it's going to be fun. And that's why we're here. That's good enough for what I need to do today. Doesn't have to be all nice and smooth. Just gotta make sure my edges are good. Okay. Okay, paint all over already. It's okay, it's okay. Okay, so I'm just going to take these leftover paints, this beautiful Payne's Gray, and I'm just going to kind of pour it on a little bit. I thought I would do kind of this kind of thing. I love it when I have no idea what I'm doing. It's always such a surprise. And I've got this kind of a shimmery blue. I don't know how it's going to react with this paint, but let's see. Yeah, it's like a, what do you call it, electrocardiogram. Let's hope it's not dead in the water. I need a little bit more blue over there. And these paints, I can't even tell you what paints they are. It's just stuff I've had mixed. And of course I have to do copper. I love copper. Oops! Ooh, there's some creation for you. Scoop the lid through. Maybe it's a new technique. I'm debating whether to put some of this pink in. It's pretty wild. Maybe. No, I don't think I'm going to. I think not. Okay, guys, no idea what's going to happen here. No idea. Maybe I better wipe it off after each time so I don't end up with mud. Ooh, that's kind of neat. That's neat. That's kind of cool. Can you see the whole thing? Move it down a little bit. There we go. That's better. Don't know what to do at the bottom here. If I can go down. Yeah, I guess I can go down. I better keep wiping this off. Yeah, gotta wipe each one. Only one swipe, I think, per. Oh, look at the copper. Start here and go down. Wow. Start. I think I should have started the paint lower down. I like it. I like it. Glad I didn't put pink in. I think that would not have been good. Something weird happened there, so I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, I'm getting some cells too. No, don't like that. Oop. Don't want to lose too much definition. Gotta be careful, know when to stop so I don't end up with mud. I think I need a bit more blue over there. A bit more copper. Oops. Didn't like that one. It's kind of like a swipe, sort of. Don't like that. That's better. Let it go right off. Oop. Let's go back a little bit. I'm going to go up here one more time. Oops. Oops. Wipe it off. It's not like I can make mistakes. I have no idea what I'm doing. Very cool. Let's go up. It's kind of neat. I love the copper. Now, what else can I do with this? What else can we do for fun? I'm going to use the end of this and just do some little streaks. Might have to call this one Blue Flame. I like that. I'm not going to mess with it. That looks good. That looks good. Oops, don't drop it in there. Don't make mud, Barbie. Stop, stop. A little bit more blue there. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. It's turning into mud. And this needs a little swipe, I think. I like that. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. I think I'm going to leave that now. I think I better get my torch. It needs... Boy, it's doing a lot of things. I'm going to bring it down close. It's doing a lot of cells and moving and that. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to get my torch and give it a little torch. That light blue paint had, it must have been, I don't know, it had a few sparkles and that in it, and they look nice. They actually look nice. Cool. Okay, I decided to go a little bit getting stoned. I'm going to put some stone and glitter. I don't know if it's going to work on a big heavy canvas, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. There goes some of these nice blue stones. No idea how this is going to go, guys. Just going to randomly put a few here and there. Find spots that I don't really like. Like that. I've got some darker blue and some lighter blue. This is crazy. I hope the canvas can hold stones like this. No idea. Don't want to be too uniform. That's too light. That's got paint on it. I can scratch that off. There. I don't want to get carried away, but I usually do. 2, 3 together there. I'll put a few up there. Let's leave it at that. And I got some of this. I don't know what it is, but it sparkles. That's all I need to know. Put it around there. Just a little bit of ice. Ooh, it's kind of mirrory. Oops, move that over. I can see the canvas coming through. That's okay. Okay. Just put a little bit of this here. Ooh, chunks. I wonder if it's going to stick on there. Should do. Once the paint is dry, it should stick in. I don't know what this is. I have to look on the bottle. I think it's like crushed mirror, maybe? And then, of course, I need some sparkles. I think I like that better. Some copper sparkles. Copper. Ooh, just a little bit. Yeah, right. Like I overdo a little bit. I think I like that. This better. More interesting. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now it's telling a bit of a story. Not much going on there, but you know, sometimes your eyes need a rest. I'm just going to leave that. Okay, now I'm really going to leave it. Now that's more interesting. Yeah, I like that. I like it. Hope it doesn't all slide off with the come back in a few hours and yeah, that's better. That's better. Hello everyone. Okay, I am ready to resin this piece because I want all the stones and everything to stay on there. So I'm going to mix up my resin. I use magic resin. There's lots of different kinds of resins out there. I find this is a good compromise, you know, with quality and price. It's not as expensive as the art resin, but it works well. It works good. So for this resin, you're going to mix 50-50 by volume. So I have 2 cups that I use, and I measured out. There's a thick one. One of these liquids is thicker than the other, and I'm just guessing at how much I need. If I end up with too much resin mixed, I just find something else to put it on. No problem there. I pour the thick one first, because then it's just easier to get the same amount of the thin one. So I'll get the thin one out now. Get that lid back on so I don't mix up the lids, because then they'll be stuck on. Get lid off. There we go. So now I'm going to mix put an equal amount. Let's see what that looks like. Not quite, I need a tiny bit more. This is the important part with resin, one of the important parts. You need to make sure you've got exactly the same amount of both of the liquids, resins, components. Okay, so we're good there. So then you need another container, one that doesn't have ridges on it, because you need to be able to scrape the sides and get it mixed really well. So I pour the thin one in first. Just makes the mixing a little bit easier because you don't have the other one up against the sides, because the thicker one is kind of like a honey consistency. It's pretty thick. So I think it just mixes a bit easier if you start with the thin one. Get everything out of the cup. And then I pour the thick one in on top. See how thick? It's like honey. Oh, a few things on resining. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area and that you're using a resin that's, I think they call it low VOC. You'll be able to tell by the smell. It doesn't smell strong. This one really has no odor that I can detect anyway. So if you can't be in a well-ventilated area, then you should wear a respirator. You can get those, well, you used to be able to get them on Amazon before COVID. They might be at a premium now. Okay. That's my phone ringing. I keep forgetting to put it on Do Not Disturb. I'll just let it go. Okay, there was a few little specks in there, so I'm getting those out. The next thing to do is to mix for 3 full minutes. So you want to mix it really well for 3 full minutes. That's important. And you keep scraping the sides. So 3 minutes at least. I usually go for 4 just to be on the safe side. So I won't make you wait through that. I'll be back in about 4 minutes. Okay, we're back. All mixed up really well. Scrape the sides really well. Also too, I don't know if I mentioned, if you're doing resin, wear gloves. I never wear them when I'm painting, but you need them for resin. It's really sticky stuff. Okay, so I want to make sure that I cover all the stones that I've got here. So I'm going to start by, I'm going to be covering the whole painting, but I don't mind if it's thin on the bare painting part, but I do want to make sure it's covered on the stones. So I'm going to start by pouring it over where the stones are. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to smooth it all around. Okay, I think I've got all the stone areas covered. Just going to pour the rest of it around. I'll leave a little bit back in case I miss a spot and I need to touch it up. And I'm just going to spread it around with my hands. Push it up over those stones. Make sure I get the stones. You've got about 30 minutes to work with the resin. 30 minutes before it starts to harden. I think that varies with the different resins, but typically you've got about 30 minutes to do what you plan to do, and then it starts to get tacky and you're kind of, left with whatever you've got done. It's usually enough, you plan for that and you take that into account. I've never had a problem. I'm going to push it around the sides. Doesn't need to be a lot, just to give it almost like a varnish type finish. So I think I've got just the right amount of resin. I think I'll be able to give it a nice coating. On the sides. Obviously, I don't resin all my paintings, just ones that have stones or a lot of texture. No rules. You just do what you want to do. Just checking to make sure I got all the sides. You can tell by the feel of it. If it's slippery, then you got resin on it. Okay, that's good. And you need to have a good light when you're doing resin, because that's how you can tell if you've missed spots by where the shine is. So make sure you've got a well-lit area so that you don't miss stuff. All those stones are actually sticking, so that's good. I wasn't sure if they were going to stick with just the paint, but so far so good. Okay, so I think I've got good coverage there. Now with resin, when you mix it up, it gets air bubbles in it. So once you're done pouring it, oh, there's an area there that I missed. Once you're done pouring, you want to get the air bubbles out, and I'll show you how we do that. I'm just making sure I got that resin all in and around the stones. Okay, so I think I'm done. I can take my gloves off. The gloves are coming off. Okay, and then what you do to get rid of the air bubbles is a torch. It's just a culinary torch, butane. And you just go about at least 3 inches away from it. Don't go any closer. You'll scorch the resin and get like a scab and you have a problem. So just about 3 or 4 inches away. And if you've got good lighting, oh, I can see some spots there. If you've got good lighting, then you can see the air bubbles popping. You can also see if you've missed a spot anywhere. can see all the air bubbles popping out, and then that gives you that nice clear coating. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to keep checking it, and I'll come back every 10 minutes or so and just check it, make sure that no hairs or big dust particles and that have landed on it. I'm still seeing some air bubbles, and also I'll keep coming back about every 15 minutes or so for an hour or two and torch it to get any of the additional bubbles that have come to the surface. So this is looking really nice. It really jumps out with the resin on. So this will sit overnight, and then tomorrow it'll be all cured, or mostly cured enough so that I can touch it and I can show you close-ups, and then we'll be done. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, here we are the next morning. The resin is all set. Turned out great. Nothing falling off. You see? I don't know if you can see the shine in that. Isn't that nice? Turned out really, really kind of cool. So now I just have to take off, I took out the little push pins, so now I'm going to carefully peel off the tape, because that's where the resin drips along the sides. That's another one of the reasons you need to tape the edge. So I'm just going to go through and carefully take that tape off, and then I'll have a nice clean edge underneath, and then all done. Like that. Here we go. So that's your palette knife painting. I think I might have to try that again. Thanks, folks.